Hello and welcome to my channel, and today I'm finally getting around to doing it. It is my half year in review. I am not the fastest diamond painter on the planet, and yeah, I definitely never have enough to show for a monthly one. So we're going for 6 months. My next one will obviously be in January next year. But yeah, let's go through all of my finished paintings, not that many, my whips, and also at the end we're going to go through my plans for maybe not the next 6 months, but like the next 3 or 4 months perhaps. So first of all, we'll start with the baby one, the little one. So this is actually from AliExpress. So obviously it is a sort of, the paint gem or the mini dazzles. It's this theme of like very, very small diamond paintings, but from AliExpress. Now it does have acrylic drills, and the grid, the drills are actually, for acrylic, they're pretty good. But the canvas is a little bit on the gappy side, but it kind of looks okay. So it depends, because I think I paid about £15, and there was 15 of these in the packet. I had more at the beginning of the year to show, but just the one since. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a budget friendly, mini canvas, because let's be honest here, paint gem and mini dazzles and all of the minis really are quite expensive, then AliExpress is a good alternative if you're not a jewel snob, if you're not an acrylic snob. So yeah, I thought I'd mention that. I will leave links to everything that, if it's still available, then I will leave links to it. So yeah, that's my first one. We've got the baby one out of the way with first. Okay, so this one, if you did see my, what was it? Year in review. I can do words. It's 6 months ago. Then you would have seen this as a whip. I think I was just like, I was around her face. I'd done her eyes, but I think I was somewhere around here. So there is a lot of 310 and 939 and 823 in the background of this canvas. So I'm not going to lie, it was a bit of a slog, but it's quite enjoyable. And they are acrylic drills. The Streamer Designs, they have, their squares are resin, but their rounds unfortunately are acrylics. And this did lead to some sort of irregular sized, shall we say, irregular sized drills. So I think I mentioned that as well, that I was getting popping drills, but only because I hadn't rolled it. It's quite a loose grid, so when I rolled it and then all the drills sort of shifted into place to find their space, it was fine. And I do not. This is the first time I've got it out in several months since I finished it, basically. And yeah, there was no popping drills, so it did what it was supposed to do. It just settled itself out, and I really enjoyed this canvas. So this is Salem, which she was. Let me get it up here. Sorry, these canvases are so big, and I need to knock the camera. So 60 by 80 by Curtis Reykjavik. As I say, it was Dreamer Designs. Oh, canvas beneath is getting cold. There we go. And she was really enjoyable. I do like the way Dreamer Designs render Curtis Reykjavik's face, not his face, his girl's face. And yeah, there's a AB there which I'm not too sure I like, but apart from that, all is good. And I did enjoy this canvas. Like I say, my only niggle is the acrylic drills, because they do charge the same price as resin. I wouldn't mind apart from that. It's almost not on principle. Yeah, a thoroughly enjoyable canvas, and she is still available on the Dreamer Designs site as the last time I looked. So yeah, round 60 by 80, Curtis Reykjavik. Next one. Okay, so this is from Diamond Art Studio, and it's called Night Messenger by, let me show you, because there's a spelling. EYCIIR is her sort of everything you can imagine is real. But yeah, so as I say, Diamond Art Studio. This is one of their older style kits, which means there is a bit of gapping, which, now, these days, they have really nice tight grids. So if that sort of thing bothers you, I mean, it does bother me when I'm doing it, but when it's up on the, when you're hanging it out and you're not got your nose buried in it, you cannot see these gaps. It's only when you've got the camera or your nose quite close to it that you will spot the gaps in the lighter colours. The dark colours obviously get quite camouflaged. I did also make my own amendments to this, because it screams very Watership Down to me. If you remember the outlines, like there's like a sort of flashback scene in the movie that is very sort of this kind of arty style. It's very dark because a bad thing is happening, but yeah, because this is moonlight, you can't really see it here. I'm considering this is like an off-white and this is white, 5200 white, so you can see the moon. But I'm thinking I might change that to white ABs and yellow ABs. I was going to do it as glow in the dark, and it wasn't working because the glow in the dark were even as close to this colour, so it just really didn't stand out. But talking glow in the dark, the eye, like all of these sort of outlines of the rabbit down here, around his leg, and also I did like along the back of the bird and his head and his eye, I think, if I recall as well, just in glow in the dark. If I remember, I will take a picture of the glow in the dark. It's 50-50, I will remember. Memory is not my strong suit, but if I do remember, I'll put a picture in now. Yeah, it was a really nice canvas. It was a bit trashy. They've updated their drills now, I think. I've not had a chance to work with them, but I've always found Diamond Art Studios drills run a little bit, on the trashy side. Yeah, this one was particularly a problem child, and I did actually run out of one colour. I think it was the orange, and it was solely because there was just so much trash. But overall, a really good experience. It was lovely seeing this one come to life as well, because the canvas is obviously quite muted underneath, and then you started getting all these colours. It's like the bright blue and with the yellows, and it really sort of popped out. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and this is actually hanging up in my home at the moment. I just have it in them magnetic strips to hang off a hook. So yeah, that is Night Messenger from Diamond Art Studio. Alright, so those are my only finishes, so now we're on to the whips. So we'll start with the cross-stitch conversions. So this is my main cross-stitch conversion. This is Dragon Race Into the Night. It's a huge one. It's something like in the region of 140 deep by nearly like 190 across or something. It's really, really, really big. And so I've been splitting it up. I've split it up into 8 canvases. And this is still the first canvas. But it's coming along, slowly but surely. So obviously I'm a bit of a slowpoke doing this, and when I was talking about this in January, I've got this app called Stitch Pal, which is obviously used for cross-stitch conversions, and you can put your stitch, how much you've stitched, how many drills laid, and it'll estimate when you'll finish the canvas. And at the beginning of the year, because I'd taken a massive break and had not done much of it, it told me I was going to be finishing at my current speed in the year 2078. So, yeah, not in my lifetime. But, yeah, I've done it. When we left it in January, it was under here somewhere. I know the dragon was there, so I was under here. And there was just like this little peak of the wing here. So I've done all of this stretch and here. And then I've also done a little bit up here as well. And we're down to the year 2075. So it's not, we didn't make big inroads, but I did not fall behind, and we are gradually creeping ahead. catching up, I should say. And if you may have noticed, if you saw my last rip and chat on this project, I had run out of drills in here. So I had to do a little kitting up. So expect to see that coming soon, because I used little pill pots for this canvas because there's like 200 plus colours. Yeah, it needed a small storage set, and I would prefer to top up frequently, and a few ABs in the dragon wings. But I prefer to top up as I go along, just so I can have all the drills out at once when I'm working on the canvas. So yeah, that's why this has not got the hole in anymore, and that will. I'll try and get that. That one is all filmed and edited, in fact. So I will get that one up next week. If you are interested in a sort of mini kitting up, and yes, of this canvas. So Dragon Race Into the Night by Rose Khan. Okay, and this is my second cross-stitch conversion project. So yeah, this is by Jasmine Beckett Griffiths. It's called Paisley, and I've done it as a 60 by 60. The actual thing pattern picture, whatever, is should be more like a 60 by 80. But yeah, the joys of cross stitch conversions is I just cropped it because she was just sitting in the basket. I thought, you know what, let's just focus on her. So I had hoped to have this painting finished by Easter. Obviously that did not happen, but it's not that I didn't completely ignore it. I seem to recall when I left it in January, it was like you could just see a bit of this eye coming through. So I've done all this panel here, and it was under her nose, so I think I've done this whole row. I can't remember if I'd done any up here, but her mouth definitely wasn't there. So I've done it down here, and obviously I have done down here. So, you know, it's not that I didn't do any, I just didn't do as much as I wanted to, and that is because I got bogged down on a different whip during January to April, which I will count. You will see that later on, but yes, that is my second cross stitch conversion. I do like her. Like, these colours are a bit dull because they're all like creams and greens, pale greens and greys. So it is quite a moody picture in here from the, you know, colour palette point of view. But it just contrasts so well with these, how the wings come in. So that's why I've been working down here, because this bit is a bit dull, colour wise. So I've been mixing it in. I didn't want to just keep going across and like in this background here. I wanted to do some of this, and so that I've still got bits of wing and bits of flowers left that are really bright poppy colours, and not just left with the dull colours at the end. So yeah, that is Paisley Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Hopefully that one will be finished by the end of the year. Right, so this one, well, we shouldn't mention this one. So this is another Diamond Art Studio on. Unfortunately, I have not got anything done on this. This is exactly how it looked in January, and yeah, this is the first time it's been out the box since then as well. So this is Excited Duckling. It's a 60 by 80. Again, obviously it's an old canvas, so we do have a bit of gapping in the white drills. Well, this 3865 if I recall. But yeah, it's I have a couple of problems with this canvas. You'll see that it's got, I don't usually put, you know, this kind of paper on it. And there's the reason for that is these grooves. Now they're not creases. I did show this before. Hang on, let me flip this over. Trying to do that without whacking the camera. So you can see these grooves here, and yeah, they're not folds, they're not creases as such. Like they will go flat when I put the paper on in here. Because I thought it was plastic. Well, it was plastic. I think what's happened is they've laid the glue down at the factory, and then they've put the cover on too quickly, and then it's kind of contracted. So even though I took the plastic, I'd hope that taking the plastic cover off would fix this. It did not fix it. I can stick that down, and then the groove goes away, and then as soon as like 2 minutes later, well, not even 2 minutes later, straight away it comes back. So I'm hoping, I've seen somebody else who had another canvas from the early days of Diamond Art Studio who had the same problem. And like when the drills went down, it didn't flatten straight away, but after a while, eventually the weight of the drills just helped straighten it out. So I'm hoping it's going to do that for me. But because of that, I'm finding it quite hard to be motivated to actually do this painting. What with the loose grid and the old drills, and now the creases. I will get to it because I love the picture. I absolutely love. I got this. My other half got this for me for my birthday. So yeah, I will get to this one day. But all this white, and then all the grooves and all the gaps, and yeah, it's like I've got to be in the right frame of mind for this, and I was not. So hopefully, there's no way it's going to be done this year. But hopefully, I will at least get some done by next review in 6 months. So that's that one. Just get cover back a bit on that one. So this is The Dragon's Door by Ravynne Phelan and Diamond Art Club. This is the first Diamond Art Club I ever got. It was a D-stash as well. And this did appear in the last review. I'd done this bit, and I'd laid just a few drills on here, and that was it. So all I've managed to do since is I did actually go back in and finish the section. Again, this is a background project because of all this dark background, the greys, the blacks, the blues. Like, it's a very samey background. So I have got this because of its background. Well, it's a background project because it's a big canvas, and I don't want to burn out on it because it's lovely. It's good. I can already see from here. Like, we've just got even this bit, this blue and black with like the galaxy showing through. It leaps off the page. It's absolutely beautiful. So the contrasts are going to be great, and I cannot wait to see it. But I'm having to pace myself, like doing a bit of here, which is why this is covered up and this is covered up. My next section is probably going to be this one. I'm going to go up and maybe come across. And then when I'm bored with doing the background, I'll come down and do this one. And then I'll do more up there of the background, and then I'll do this one. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm pacing out the colour, because at the top of the page there is not these bright, dazzling colours. It's going to look lovely. I've seen it finished. I think Katie at Diamonds and Washi finished this canvas, and it does look absolutely wonderful. But I'm not good at colour blocking, and whilst there are more lines of colour blocking, so it's not as bad as it could be. But also the same colours. It's a bit, yeah. So I have done some, just not very much. Hopefully we'll have some more done by next January. On to the next one. I don't think I said the size of that Pebblez door. It was 70 by 99. So that is another reason why I'm breaking it up. So this one is still a whip. You did see this in my January last video. I'd only just done this corner, and it was going really well. It was great. It's like lots of pinks and purples, and there's what I was explaining, how like it has these lines that goes down it, like I think they're like raindrops and stuff. So I've been adding in extra sort of ABs and crystals, because it did have a couple of ABs, but for the most part there wasn't there. So I've been adding in glitter drills and ABs and metallics, all to just make these let's get there. I don't know if you can catch, but yeah, just to make these raindrops sort of sparkle as they go down. So I imagined them as water. The problems. Oh right, so let me first say this is from the one with the diamond art, and I can't remember the name. What's the name? Pink Enigma. Okay, so basically it's only 50 by 50. So I worked my way up here. Everything was fine. I mean, it's a little bit trashy, but it was in tolerance levels. And then I hit this black. And I mean, black is always trash prone at the best of times. But this was a whole other level. There was more trash than there was real drills. And when I opened the pot, because I hadn't had the pot open since I don't know why I didn't smell it while I was kitting up, but I guess I didn't stick my nose in the bag. But I opened the pot, and you know, I put little bits of tumble dryer sheet in it, and it honestly, it smelt so much of paraffin that I genuinely thought if a naked flame went with that would just right. The drills stank. I mean, it was so obviously there was a problem with the drills. Like it was beyond the normal type of trash problem. It was like fundamentally these drills should never have left the factory, basically. So I emailed the one with the diamond art to let them know. I actually was going to replace the black drills myself, just for an easy life. I do cross-stitch conversions like that. I have loads of drills, but they was like, no, we'll send you more drills. I was like, all right, thanks for letting us know. So I sent them a picture as well of all the trash drills, because there was many in a tray, and they could see them all. It was all sorts of things. There was holes, like when you turn the light pad on, some of them was see-through, but they wasn't curved backs. It was almost like there wasn't enough dye in them, or there was bubbles in the middle of it. I don't know. And like they didn't just have tabs. They had there was little combs, little toothy combs that ran, and it just created all sorts of mishmash of stuff. There were like drills like this, parallel. What do you call them? Parallelograms, and like ones that was like this. It's just that was the worst. So I waited for my drills, and I waited, and I waited, and it was Chinese New Year, so it was fine. But then I waited some more, and then there was like, I spoke to them again. I emailed and I was just checking, and I was like, oh yeah, no, we'll send you these drills, and there'll be a replacement. Anyway, I waited, and it turned out there was a bit of a, like, one of the owners of one with Diamond Art did have a baby, and it was a topsy-turvy time. So they dropped the ball and they apologised for it, and that's okay. And eventually I got my drills in about, I want to say April, maybe late March. But yeah, it was a long time for these replacements. And by then I was just like, I did do some of these with my own drills, but I was like, it killed the fun. I don't know. I'm loving how she's coming together. I'm halfway through her face. As you can see, I've gone a bit sort of cross country up this middle bit. I just wanted to mix it up. I didn't want to work on all the black at the same time. I was so over the black. Even after I got new drills, I was just like, I just don't want to work on black. But yeah, so this has been a labour of love. I did actually put this canvas away because basically what was happening is I wanted to work on it. No, I felt I should work on it. That's the problem. I felt I should work on it, and I didn't want to. So instead of working on something else, I didn't work on anything. And that's why I got bogged down with some of my other projects. All the ones that I planned to get done by Easter was put off because, yeah, this one turned into an unfun project. And instead of accepting that and just putting the painting away, I did not. I fought it, and yeah, I paid the price. So after I put this painting away, yeah, things picked up again. And I only got this out again about last week. So that's where I've been working on this one. Just up her, I've been doing her body today. Not today, this week. And a bit of her face. But yeah, so she's coming along. Hopefully now, after having that rest from it, like accepted rest, where I just put it away, I think I'm okay. So hopefully this will be done and dusted by the next review. But for now, that's the progress. Right, next one. So this is one that I kitted up. When did I kit this up? I think I kitted this up in about, I think actually I kitted this up in March maybe. This was when I was, it was after, yeah. So after I finished Salem. So again, it's a round, and it is, what is it, size is it? So 50 by 76. It's a EYCIIR, so it's the moonflower, sunflower, starflower, something. All three. And but as you can see, it's got a lot of blue in it. And I have not been feeling dark colours. Or maybe it's not that I haven't been feeling it, but if you remember that Night Messenger, loads and loads of dark colours. And then the one that I just showed, the pink and black one, obviously lots of dark colours. I had a lot of dark colours, and it's not that I was against working on this. I didn't fancy it. I am more of a square girl anyway, so not that much of a surprise that the rounds sort of fall by the wayside. But I'm not drawn to rounds quite as much as I am to squares. But I've done a little bit of it. You see, again, because it's got all this background, I tend to break it up. So I did this section because you know, it's got the perforated cover. So the perforated cover, it was just like a little section of it. Mostly I've been working across here, in there, and then I thought, well, I don't want to be just stuck at the end of the row with all that. What is that? 939, I think. So I've kind of worked in it in places. I don't know why I went up there and not across here. Sometimes I do not know. Maybe I pulled it back and I started from this way. Yeah, probably. I've been working across the canvas and I was like, do you know what? Let's do some here. And I pulled it up. And that's why I started from this side, even though I'd started there. My mind, my brain, it does not always compute sometimes. But yeah, I mean, it is really lovely. Like, it's got lots of ABs in these flowers and fairy dust. So these are really going to be, you can see how they pop out already. Just that leaf and everything. It's going to look great. But there is a lot of background on this. So I do that. When I've got a lot of background, I'll do a bit of background, and I'll do a bit of colour, then I'll do a bit more background, and I'll do a bit more colour. But yeah, this has not gone as far along as I would have hoped. But that's okay. I have the round there for when I'm in the mood to do a round. I'm not going to force myself to do it. So yeah, that is that one for now. I do like EYCIIR. She's one of my favourite artists. So without doubt, this will This will get some love, probably more in the autumn though, when the nights start to sort of close in, and I'll be feeling dark colours again, but we'll see. So I'm just going to quickly show this one as an honourable mention, because I have not actually started this, but it is kitted up. Now, I'm not a serial kitter-upper. I don't kit up things just for the sake of, because I feel like kitting up. Do you know what I mean? When I kit up, it's to do a project. But when I was doing it, I was doing quite well with that pink and black canvas, and I thought I'd be charging through it because it's only a 50 by 50. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to kit up this ready, because it's spring, and if I feel like some spring colours, and then I'll finish the pink and black, and bam. So I think I kitted this up in like 8 February or March, thinking that I would get on it within like the next couple of weeks, and then yeah, it did not happen. So that's the only reason I'm mentioning this. This will be making an appearance with drills on. Even if if it's the last thing I do, I will be placing drills on this canvas by the next review, but hopefully it'll be a finished one. It's 60 by 60. It's Twisted Blossom by Anne-Marie Bone, or Bonnet, I don't know. One day I'll look up how to say her name, but today is not that day. And yeah, it's a really pretty painting, and I would love to see it. Like, they have ABs all in this sort of sunset. The only thing that may be an issue is this is one of the Dreamer Designs older canvases, so I know before I start it's going to be gappy, but if I like the picture, then I suck up the gappy. Right, so that was that one. Here we have Elsa. So last but not least, so I've got it here. Sorry about the reflection from the window, but this is 133 centimetres. It's very tall. It's about, what is it, 70 wide, I think? Yeah, 70 wide. Obviously, it's Disney from Frozen, Diamond Art Club. And I have only just recently kitted this up. If you look on my channel, it's like maybe 1 or 2 videos ago, I think. And, oh, I just remembered I'd forgotten something, because there is one more thing to show. I'll get it in a second. I'll just talk about Elsa. And, yeah, so basically, because she's so big, and I feel like she was Christmas canvas because of all the snow and the ice and stuff. And I know how my moods run. But I also know at Christmas I get really busy, and like December is a busy time, isn't it? You're planning Christmas and there's stuff going on, and I just didn't think I would have time to kit it up. So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kit it up for Christmas in July. So this is basically what I've got done in about a week. It's like, well, you can see the dotted lines for the sections. I've done 2 sections and part of this one as well. This bit is going to be a bit dull, but this was surprisingly interesting because there was fairy dust up here. So I was like, oh, okay. And it is a bit busy. It does colour change a little bit. So I got through those 2 really quick, and then I got into the bit that was a bit colour blocky. I was just like, let's just take a break. But my goal with this canvas is obviously to work on it throughout July, and August the 1st, this girl, she's going for a nap. She is going for a nap, and I will not get her out again until 1st of December. Self-imposed rules. I put some sparkly. I don't always put washi tape around the edge, mostly because I'm too lazy. But I've got some glitter, because that's what I was feeling. And the canvas is so big that my roll of glitter, silver glitter, was not enough. So I've got like this rose gold for this edge, just for this one edge. I don't mind. It'll probably all be peeled off by the time we get this done. But yeah, the plan with this is to work on it through this month. Come 1st of December, I'll pull her out again, and then probably work on it through Christmas, New Year. And then by the time my next year, the year in review comes around, which I usually do sort of the 1st or 2nd week of January, once I've done that, I'll put her away until next July. And that's the way I'm going to do it, because she is a big girl, and she's obviously very, very blue. It's not the most varied colour palettes. Now, there is a bit of pink that runs through here because it's like the Northern Lights. And there is obviously lots of sparkly things in it, which I like. So I don't think it's going to be too bad, but I do know that I'm going to be so over blue if I just sat down and tried to plod through this. And then what would happen is I would not work on it because I didn't feel it. But then I'd feel guilty for not working on it, so I wouldn't work on anything else. So that's why we're being disciplined. So stays right there. I'm going to get the thing that I just remembered I pulled them out as well, and I just left them on my desk. Hang on. It's just a silly little thing, but this is my last video. I just remembered when I was talking about the videos, I would have been so annoyed with myself afterwards if I'd forgotten. So I made myself some cover minders from leftover drills. So if you want to see how I did this, where I finished the video, I just put sealer on these to stop them, you know, to keep them enclosed, because I made this, I effectively made this, the magnets work, poured glue. I made my own poured glue to go on top of the hearts. So if you want to see how to make poured glue canvas, if nothing else, then you check that out. Get that magnet off. And basically, I then afterwards, because I'd run out of time, I just put some glitter glue around the edge. And yeah, red glitter glue, blue glitter glue, and then I stuck the magnets on the back. So yeah, I made my own cover minders. And I'm ever so proud of myself, because I'm not a very crafty person. But that does count as a finished, completed thing. I meant to do that at the front with that mini one. I completely forgot, left them on the side. Because that's what my memory, did I mention that I have the terrible memory? Right, so plans. Oh, I shouldn't put them there. She looks like, where they go, like sort of a burlesque girl. Sorry, Elsa. Just put them there. Right, plans. So I'm not going to do 6 months of plans, because I do not do plans well, and I just ignored myself. I know what I'm like. But I know my plans for the next couple of months. So I've already covered that I will be working on this one throughout July, and I think that pink and black girl, where is she? And this one. These are my 2 projects that I'm aiming for. Where'd that other cover minder go? Look at that. These are the two very different colour palettes, which I'm hoping should keep me sort of engaged, because anytime I get bored with doing the blue, I've got something nice and pink here, but anytime I get sort of frustrated because this canvas, like the enjoyment of this canvas, it's a shame because she's coming out really, really, really well, but like it's just been tainted a little bit. The process has been tainted a little bit, so I'll just be working on these in little bits, and I think that'll work. I'll just do this and I'll do this, and obviously I will be doing my cross-stitch conversion. So that is the plan for July at least. Once I've got this out of the way, hopefully, and Elsa will definitely be going away, she'll be going for a nap. The cross-stitch conversion goes on forever, so that's not going anywhere. My plan obviously will be, I don't think I'm going to kit up anything immediately, because I've still got that swan. Still got the swan, the blossom, twisted blossom to do. So I think in the short term, that'll be my next project to start. And then I'm going to try and work a bit more on the dragon's door, and then when I'm not feeling the square, then that's when I'll work on that round canvas for EYCIIR, and that's pretty much it for the next couple of months. Now, as to my other goals that I talked about in January, I had some artists that plans for my stash, not what to do in my current stash, but how I wanted to fill out my stash, because I found that I've gone a bit samey, like. Do you know what I mean? You don't always realise it. You just buy the things you like, and then you realise you bought 10 of the... they're not the same thing, but the same theme. So what I was hoping to do back in January was I wanted to buy more EYCIIR, which I have done. So I've done that. By talking of this, I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. Got to keep those YouTube gods happy. And yeah, so I got my EYCIIRs, and the other one I wanted to get because Disney hadn't been that long on Diamond Art Club at that time, so I wanted to add more Disney to my stash, which I did. So those are yay. I wanted to add a Hannah Lynn to my stash. That has not worked out yet, but Hannah Lynn now sells her own paintings. I would have bought from Dreamer Designs, but there's something about, for all how I like the way they render Curtis Reykjavik and their girls and their faces, I love how they do those. I do not like the rendering of the Hannah Lynn ones, which means I would have to fix it basically, and I'm just not sure if I'm in the mood for that. Which is a shame. There's one there that's a girl colouring. I have, in case you don't know, I have another channel, I'll link that below, for adult colouring. So it'd be perfect. It's a girl colouring in a diamond painting. But yeah, I haven't been able to pull the trigger on it because it's just, I don't like her face and I'll have to fix it. But Hannah Lynn does sell her own diamond painters now. So she is in my sights. I think I'm going to be adding her to my stash before the end of the year. Who else? Margaret Morales. I wanted to add her to my stash. I have. That's a thumbs up. So she is. I've got just one painting in my stash, and I also wanted to add Mandy Monzano and a Randall Spangler to my collection, and I have neither of those. So there's still time. There's still time before us because I've still got 6 months, and we've got Black Friday. I'm sure I'll be able to get at least one of those into my stash by then. And I did also want to get some like a more mix of seasonal pictures. So obviously I've got Elsa, who I consider quite Christmassy, and I have added a couple of Halloween pictures because I was in the sale. Diamond Art Club had a sale, so I grabbed them cheap. And also I got a Chinese New Year picture. So I'm quite happy with how I've sort of fleshed out my seasons, so to speak. So that, you know, if I'm in the mood, I'm very much I don't think, oh, Halloween is coming up, I've got to do a Halloween picture. But when Halloween comes around and everybody's talking about Halloween, I'm in the mood for it. So then I pull out a Halloween picture. So that's how I go. And now I'm ready to go. And the only other thing was I wanted to try some new shops. One of which was Art and Soul. Art and Soul closed, so I was unable to try them out. I did get to try, it wasn't planned, but I do have some Paint Gem Minis now in my stash. So that's a new company, but I would still like to try another company. And I don't know which one. If you have any suggestions of who I should try next, then I appreciate it. Obviously, I'm going to get Hannah Lynn pictures from Hannah Lynn. So that kind of doesn't count because that's just direct from the artist. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if there's anybody you can recommend to have maybe a small shop. I'd like to, you know, try someone new that is not mainstream. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you all again soon. Bye for now. Bye.